on those shades and wave to yesterday. The sunlight hurts my eyes. Put on those shades and wave to yesterday. The sunlight hurts my eyes.
What's up YouTube? Now today we've got two shells that we are specifying on, and that's this, which is the British 57mm shell, and this 40mm shell, also British, both World War One, and they have got pretty good dry bands on it, as you can see. Really well rifled and in good condition, and it's got the usual charge hole in the bottom, and it's been quite nicely painted and done up. And then that's the 57mm, that is. Onto the 40mm. Still a nice dry band, not in as good condition as the 57mm, but that's expected. It also has the cap in the centre of the bottom, which would have kept the charge powder in there, and that's been also well nicely painted and done up, which is quite nice. So I bought these off another YouTuber called Bubblegump9325. I've put his link in the description to his channel, so check it out. He's got some pretty good stuff, like World War One stuff, that similar things to what I do, but different stuff altogether, and it's pretty good. Check it out. And then in the background you can see some fuses that I've laid out. You've got number 80, number 85, I, number 85, number 56 from the Boer War, German dopp Z92NF, and so on and so on. There's quite a few fuses there. Now comparing the 40mm and the 57mm shells to my 60-pound shell, my 75mm shell, and my 37mm French shell at the end, you can see they're pretty large compared to the 37mm, and quite large compared to the 75mm actually, but when it gets to the 60-pounder I think that's pretty hard to beat. But they really do weigh quite a bit, as you can see. 37mm, really lightweight even though it is solid, but then you go to the 40mm and it's really pretty heavy, and you can tell the quality difference in there. It's heavyweight, and 57mm even heavy. But then you get to the shrapnel shells after that, as the 57mm is, I believe, the largest solid steel shell to be produced in the war. Then it moved on to shrapnel shells, which had the lead balls in and shot, and then they obviously exceeded up 18 pound, 100mm, etc, etc, and then 60-pounder, which was one of the biggest shells, and the larger ones, which is, well, I wouldn't like to be hit by it anyway. And then you can see that it goes down from there, and that the 57mm and 40mm are in the middle-ish and quite large. You really wouldn't want to be hit by them. Now the 37mm, as you know from my previous videos, has a shell case that looks like this, and it would have been inserted in there, loaded into a gun, breech up, fired out like that. Now if you think about it, these are pretty similar. They would have had a similar shell case, but probably a larger one because they are heavier and they would have needed more charge. They would have been loaded similar to this in the similar type of gun, and it would have been pretty much the same. Obviously the cartridge case size would be increasing as you go along, and when you get to the 57mm it would be quite a large shell case, and you'd need quite a large gun to fire that off, as it really is quite heavy. It doesn't look very heavy in the video, and I know that myself because I've looked at one in videos and I didn't think it looked very heavy, but it's really heavy compared to when you pick it up. It's really weighty. So that's probably it for this video. I'll put the link to Bubba Gump's channel below, so check that out and go and subscribe to him. He's got some really good stuff, as I said before, and thanks for